The Last Candle. It was a cruel winter night. The snow covered the small village. The roads were empty. The houses were dark. Inside a tiny wooden house, an old woman sat near a fireplace. Her hands trembled. The fire was weak. She had only one candle left. That candle was her only light, her only warmth. What would you do with your last candle? Tell me in the comments. She wrapped herself in an old blanket and closed her eyes. But just then, there was a knocking sound at the door. She opened the door. A young boy stood there, shivering. His clothes were thin. His lips were blue. The boy whispered, "Please. Since I got angry because my father scolded me and left the house. It was so cold. I couldn't bear it." The woman looked at her candle. It was small. Not enough for two. But she smiled. Would you share something if you had almost nothing? She took the boy's frozen hands and pulled him inside. She lit the candle. She noticed that the boy was hungry. She rummaged through her cupboard. There were some bread crumbs and some flour. It was her food for the next day. She turned on the stove and found some porridge. She gave the boy hot porridge and bread crumbs to eat. The boy eagerly took the dry bread crumbs and the hot porridge and ate them in a hurry. It tasted like divine nectar to him. The old woman watched him and smiled. "Slowly, slowly, don't be in a hurry. Taste it and eat it," she said. After finishing the food, the boy smiled with a full stomach and satisfaction. They sat together in front of the candle. The flame was small, but it burned bright. And somehow, it felt warmer. The boy smiled and said, "Thank you." The old woman smiled and said kindly, "Parents sometimes scold their children because they want them to be good. You will realize this when you grow up." The boy bowed his head in shame, thinking of the mistake he had made. His mind was now at peace. The old woman continued, "It's okay. If you ever get angry at someone, think of the good they have done for you. Your anger will disappear on its own." Have you ever been angry at someone but later realized their kindness? Share your experience in the comments. She smiled and said, "Okay, let's go to sleep now." That night, the woman slept peacefully. The next morning, there was a knock again. The old woman opened the door. The same boy stood there. But this time, he was with his father. The father looked at her with gratitude and said, "You saved my son. Let us help you." They brought wood, blankets, and food. The woman had given away her last light but received more than she ever imagined. Sometimes, the smallest sacrifice creates the biggest miracles. When you give with love, life gives back in ways you never expect. Have you ever experienced such an act of kindness? Share your story in the comments and let the world see the power of kindness. Now, let's look at 10 vocabulary words from this story, their meanings, and how to use them in sentences. tremble. To shake slightly because of fear or cold. Sentence: her hands trembled in the freezing air. Flicker. A small, unsteady light. Sentence: the candle's flame flickered in the wind. Whisper. To speak in a very soft voice. Sentence: the boy whispered, "I am so cold." Shiver. To shake quickly due to cold. Sentence: the boy's lips turned blue as he shivered. Faint. Very weak or barely visible. Sentence: a faint glow came from the tiny candle. Glimmer. A small light in the darkness. Sentence: the candle gave a glimmer of hope. Huddle. To sit closely together for warmth. Sentence: they huddled near the small flame. Scarce. Very little or rare. Sentence: the woman's food and wood were scarce. Grateful. Feeling thankful. Sentence: the father was grateful to the woman. Illuminate. To light up something. Sentence: the candle illuminated the dark room. Practice using the vocabulary words we learned today in your own sentences to improve your English skills. Thanks for watching our channel. If you liked this video, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notifications for future videos.